Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Andrea Talks. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Now, today is my first real video and I'm a little bit nervous about, how the video is gonna go, what we're gonna talk about, but I have a few ideas, so hopefully it'll work out. So basically, as you might have guessed, my name is Andrea and I hope to upload pretty regularly to this channel and to really focus this channel on self-growth, self-empowerment, and anything that's mental health related. So please do not hesitate, by all means, please leave me comments, suggestions about topics that you think and you feel are worthwhile talking about and important to you. So I really want to hear from you. I'm super excited to get this channel growing and to really listen to your feedback and to use it for upcoming shows and upcoming episodes. So having said all that, I really wanted to spend a little bit of time today talking about a topic that I feel is very important, and I've noticed that it's highly prevalent in our society. The issue of how do we step into our power, right? What is it to own our own power? What does that look like? What does that feel like? And a lot of people talk about it, and you read about it. There's so many self-help books on the subject matter, but what does it actually mean? So how do we step into our own power? How do we not continue to be small? How do we not continue to fit into that mold that has been, given to us by other people, given to us by society, right? How do we step into our authentic true selves? And by doing so, how do we then embrace the full potential of our being and of our life? So this is a really big topic. It's super important to me. I think we can all learn from it. I would love to hear if you think that this is something that is also important to you. But just to go a little bit deeper today, I think what would be important for us to start talking about is an important aspect of that in and of itself, like of us embracing our true power and our authentic self. An important aspect of that comes before that, really, or is part and parcel of it, really. So when it comes to embracing our authentic selves and coming and stepping into our own power, first and foremost, we have to become comfortable with and we have to practice embracing our emotions, listening to our emotions, feeling our emotions, right? And so what does that look like, right? I mean, we always go back to that question. What does that look like? What is that practically speaking, like in our day-to-day life? What does that look like? So I think, when it comes to embracing our emotions, we're often taught, especially in our society, that, it's fine to feel our positive emotions or the emotions that are easier to feel, like happiness, joy, pleasure, excitement. But when it comes to more difficult emotions that are more challenging or perhaps a little bit more abstract or nuanced, it's sort of told to us from a very early age that we should avoid that. Sorry, that was my air freshener. And so when it comes to things like feeling sad, feeling in despair, disappointed, ashamed, embarrassed, we're told that, you shouldn't really sit in that emotion. You should maybe feel it a little bit, maybe, explore it a little bit, but not too long. Don't go down that rabbit hole because you might not come out of it, or you might not know where to go next. And so that's what we've been told, right? That's what's been ingrained in us day after day, year after year, for many of us since we were very small. And so we come away thinking that there's certain emotions that are fine for us to feel. There's a lot of emotions that are not so fine for us to feel or to explore. And so because of that, because we operate from that standpoint, through that lens. Due to that, we then, as a result, operate as a fragment, as a smaller version of our true selves. And I'll explain to you why. So, when it comes to stepping into our own true, authentic power, that takes into consideration and into account our true selves. And our true selves are created and are developed due to us exploring and embracing all experiences and all emotions that we are confronted with and that come into our lives. So when we shut down a part of ourselves, a part of our emotions, when we only choose to see fragments of it, then we only choose to see fragments of ourselves. We only choose to live through fragments of ourselves and not our true selves, not our whole selves. And so, yes, certainly it's not easy to feel difficult emotions. It's not easy at all to confront them and to work through them and to sit with them, especially, right? To sit with them. Goodness, like it's definitely not easy. And yet we've come to the idea, a lot of us, that we must fear that. You know, we've come to associate the idea that because it's not easy, we must fear it. And so I hope to really, explore these topics with you further. I really hope to explore the importance of what is it like to sit in our authentic selves, to really resonate with our authentic selves, to listen to our authentic selves, to our intuition, to, our gut, to every emotion that we feel, to embrace it in its full totality. Why would that benefit us, right? Why? What does it help with in the long run? What can we learn from it, right? And so by doing so, by learning how to do that, practically putting it into practice, we then get to explore what life is like from a different lens, from a lens where we see things in full perspective. We see things without having to filter them, dilute them, store them in tiny boxes because we're too afraid to look at it from a wholesome perspective, And that, because we can learn to do that, that gives us the incredible opportunity to form such rich, meaningful connections with other people and with ourselves, and to really find our true calling and our true path, and to just be the best versions of ourselves, really. So thank you so much, so much for joining me today. My first video ever. And I really hope that you found this, even though it was a bit short, I hope that you found it informative, that you found it helpful, that you enjoyed listening to me ramble. But please do leave comments if you have any suggestions for where we go from here. Anything that's mental health related, anything that is related to our empowerment and our self-development. Let's learn from each other. Let's bounce ideas off of each other, Let's spend some time together and let's become the best versions of ourselves. Cheers, guys.